Hey everyone, it's Greg, and it's another edition of Unbreakable. And I have my friends here, Katie and Bud. Both of them are my guest stars today. And you know why? We need emotional support today. With that Phillies loss, which we're going to talk about, we need all the emotional support we can get. I'm going to back up here so you can see this little girl. She is so cute. Katie, look, look. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I was at the game last night, and it's you know what? Number one, it's an honor and a privilege to be at a game seven. I was lucky enough to hit the lottery, and I had an opportunity to buy tickets, and I did. And I tell you what, there's nothing like a game seven. The tension, and you just don't know what's going to happen. And the stadium is packed. People following in cautiously and talking. Some are optimistic, some are, yeah, you know, it's just a wild atmosphere, unlike any other sporting event I've ever been to before. I'd do it again. I'd go again if the opportunity presented itself. I mean, it might be a once in a lifetime thing. So even though it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, it was a nice thing to go to. I'm wearing Phillies red. You got to support your team no matter what. But we're going to talk about the game. You know, the most honest, the most honesty you get sometimes is in a men's room. A men's room. Yes. And I was in a men's room, what, twice yesterday? Yeah, yeah. I was drinking water. So I'm in the men's room the first time. And it's like the third inning or something. Phillies are like, uh, it's 2-1, close, and they're hanging in there, but they're leaving men on base. And you feel like, they should have got more. They should have got more. The bases are loaded, and Rojas strikes out, and Castellanos, who had a horrible series, left men on base. So I'm in the men's room there, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm in the stall, and I called it sounds from the men's room, and you hear stuff like "Wake the f up, wake the f up, wake the f up." And these are guys just talking to themselves in there. Some guys you hear saying, "We got this, we got this. There's a long way to go. Come on, boys, let's hit, let's hit." And meanwhile, you hear the tinkling of the urinals. And then I went in later, around the seventh inning, because I said, "There's no way I'm going to be able to make it home." And I'm in there, and it's more of a desperate tone, and it's more like, "It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till we say it's over," which I think was a movie quote from Animal House, was it not? It's not over till we say it's over. John Belushi. Yes, bud, yes, I know you're sad. Anyway, those are the kind of things you hear there around yeah, I know, bud, around the ballpark. Um, so what can we say? It was a great summer. It was fun to watch this team. We fell in love with this team. But as I had said to you before, you fall in love, sometimes your heart gets broken. And it certainly got broken. What can we say? Congratulations to Arizona. They came in and took not one but two games in Philadelphia. They deserved it. They played good baseball. They were sound defensively. They put the ball in play. Didn't strike out as much. Had good pitching. Started to steal bases toward the end of the series. That's their game. We, in the meantime, the Phillies struck out too much, didn't move runners along the bases, relied too much on the home run, inconsistent pitching, questionable manager decisions. Alec Bohm is not a cleanup hitter, and why he was kept in a cleanup position in the batting order all series long, I don't know. One could say, well, who else are you going to put there? Well, you could see Alec Bone was struggling. You could see he's under a lot of duress and stress. Maybe if you moved him down in the order, you would take a little weight off his shoulders. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's probably true. The Phillies do not have, with all that their power, they really do not have a cleanup hitter. Bryce Harper is better, number 3 hitter. Trey Turner is better on top of the lineup, right, Katie? Yeah. And, Schwarber doesn't want to move down. Somebody needs to protect Bryce Harper. That's the bottom line. Because the teams are going to pitch around Bryce Harper, and the Phillies need to make them pay for doing that by having a good power hitter behind Bryce Harper. Right now, that's not the case. It's too inconsistent. Bryson Stott is not a power hitter. Neither is Brandon Marsh, even though he had a great playoff series. JT Realmuto will hit you home runs. I look at JT as more of a doubles guy, doubles and singles, with an occasional home run. Kyle Schwarber could be that guy if he would agree not to hit leadoff. Ideally, my ideal leadoff hitter, and I've said this all along, should be Trey Turner. He gets on base, he can steal bases, he makes things happen. He opens up holes for guys like Harper and Schwarber to hit through. Ideally, he is. And, you've got your analytics people who said, oh, but Schwarber is great hitting home runs. He gets walks. Yes, he does, but he also strikes out a lot. And when he's on the bases, he tends to clog the bases too. So, three things the Phillies don't have and they need. Number one is a legit closer, a hammer in the bullpen, someone who is going to get you 40, 50 saves a year. Not this, I don't think this bullpen by committee crap works. Too inconsistent. Need to find a really good closer and leave him there. Leave him in there to pitch the 9th inning. Alvarado's fine for the 8th inning, so is guys like Hoffman. Kimbrel, I don't want to see him again. Goodbye. And the new kid, Kirkland, he could be a setup man. But they have to find a closer. If they need to spend the money or make a few deals, that's what they need to do. They also need a cleanup hitter. And who knows if Reese Hoskins is going to come back next year. And will he be the DH? Will he be the first baseman? Is Aaron Nola coming back? There are reports that the Cardinals are very interested in Aaron Nola. Could we find another number 2 pitcher to replace him? Or do we need to give him all the money he wants? The third thing the Phillies need is, again, we've talked about this for years and years and years, a leadoff hitter, a true leadoff hitter. I think there's a guy coming in the minor league system, Carl Crawford's son. They drafted him at number 1 a few years ago. He's a speedy center fielder. That's why I think Johan Rojas, great center fielder, great. Another young Gary Maddox, but he's got to hit. And unfair to him, he was thrown up to major leagues, and he did okay, but he was overmatched, let's be honest, most of the times in the playoffs. So either he learns how to hit, or he could be a good trade bait. You've got Pache there too, and you've got Carl Crawford's son coming up soon. The other guy who I think may not be around very long is Alec Bone. Not because of what he did or didn't do in these playoffs, but because, let's face facts, the number 1 pick of the Phillies this year was a power hitting third baseman. Phillies don't waste their number 1 picks. So even though Boba's a number 1 pick, unless he can find another place to play, I know he's played first base. when this Miller kid comes up, where is Bo going to go? Right? I could see Bo being with the team maybe another year, and then what happens after that, right? A defensive infield, they got to do something about Trey Turner. He's too inconsistent defensively, makes too many errors. Maybe switch him and Stott, even though Stott maybe a gold glove second baseman. Stott goes back to shortstop. Turner goes back to second. I know it's too soon to talk about all this crap. We'll have plenty of time to talk about next year and beyond. Today's the day just to drown our sorrows with our friends, our support animals here, right, honey? Our support pets. And your loved, whoever your loved ones are, right? It was a good year, but it was a disappointing ending. And I think most people believe, as I do, that by now the Phillies would be on their way to Texas to play the Rangers in the World Series. And it's hard to believe that it's not going to happen, that we're not going to see Phillies baseball until the spring. A couple months, it will be spring training after the holidays. People will be heading down to Florida. This season will be hard to forget. But let the ball games begin in late March, early April, and let's see what happens in 2024, right? Meanwhile, it's go Eagles all the way, 6-1, and one of the top teams in the NFL. Sixers are just starting, Flyers have started, but who cares? All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Tomorrow, hi, did you enjoy being on the program? Yeah. Uh, uh, Thank you for watching or listening. And I hope you'll tune in again and come see me and Katie and Bud, who's on the floor. Tomorrow we'll most likely go back to our usual format. I like to try to find odd, quirky stories in the news. I never get too heavy in the news, like no politics, none of that crap. We have enough of that in our daily lives. I'm trying to find inspirational, hopeful messages to share with you guys, funny stuff, sometimes weird stuff, and that's always fun to bring in. There's Bud, just in time to say goodbye. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Hang in there, okay? Things will get better, and go Phils. You got to support your team. They'll be back. Don't worry about it. In the meantime, hug your loved ones. Hello, Katie girl. Say goodbye to everybody. Look into the camera. Calculate cheers. Oh, daddy's girl. Daddy's girl. Boy, but dear. All right, guys. Yes. Yes. I think she wants a treat. You want a treat? You do. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. Woof, woof.